Daylight's breaking, coffee up. Click that stream, let's fire it up. Morning crew already rolling deep. I'd imagine that with the good vibes keep. Screens glow bright, it's go time now. Mr. Coop's here, and he's shutting it down. Big laugh, straight facts, nothing disguised. Countdown hits and the camera shine. Red light flashing right on time. The mic is hot, the talk's alive. Mr. Coop bringing the morning drive. Say your piece, give it all you got. Wake the whole world cause the mic is hot. Yeah, we sip that brew, settle in our spot. Conversation flowing while the mic stays hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, oh, yeah. He scans the chat with a careful glance. Calls it real, gives everyone a chance. Keep it cool, keep it clean. Step too far, he'll cut the scene. Oh, yeah. Stories rolling, punchline land. Morning crew, feeling grand. From deep discussions to laughing loud. This right here is our kind of crowd. No cue cards, no holding back. Just real life talk on the morning track. Hands up high, let the energy fly. Everybody tune cause the mic is high. Yeah. Talk times on the vibe won't stop. Mr. Coop turning it up a notch. Speak your truth, bring what you got. Truth meets laughter when the mic stays hot. From the first hello to the last coffee pour, we're locked in strong. Wanting more, wide awake from the jump. No lie, morning feels better when the mic is high. Good morning's flying, no call out. Every voice counts in this crowd. Turn it up, don't miss your chance. Step right in and join the dance. So the mic is hot, the show's in gear. Mr. Coop keeping it real right here. Wake up, fired up, hit your stride. Everything's brighter when the mic is high.
Hey, good morning, all you fabulous people. And Miss D, how you doing, girly girl?
I'm still trying to wake up. We didn't get home till late last night. So
I hear that.
I did send you some pictures.
I saw that. I just got to get them on the computer. Yes, I got to get them on the computer. Oh man, I'm all bumfuzzled today. I mean, last night I told you earlier. I stayed up late. Late last night, listening to Tug and Megan. Girl, I'm gonna tell you, they had me laughing so hard. Oh my god. I about pissed myself a couple times. It was it was that funny. You have guys and gals in the chat, if you have not watched Tug and Megan last night, you need to go over to Rumble. Check him out on Rumble. Okay, when they get over to Rumble, it is just absolutely hilarious. There was a meltdown yesterday.
Oh no.
And it was absolutely gold. Oh my goodness. Volpe was handing it to Paint Chips. I mean, hardcore. Basically telling him you need to stop with your nonsense. You're feeding right into it. You're doing exactly what you want. They want you to do. He even said that he's engaged himself in polymop.
Oh my gosh. No way.
It was hilarious. So, guys and gals, we're going to get into this here shortly today because we're going to go over the lunatics filing from yesterday. He filed 4 motions. Okay. One motion. Another one was a bunch of exhibits. And then there were 2 more I haven't even gotten a chance to look at yet. Right. So we're only going to go over the first motion that he filed. It is, you guys, it is insane. Have you even looked at it, D?
I read maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs, and that was it. I had spoke to Al about it, and then I went back about my visitation with my family. So I was like, I can't get over. I can't believe that. Does he not realize that Hinkle could probably spank him and sanction him because of this garbage?
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. In this new motion, he actually says that he's indigent, right? So if he's indigent, he can't really be sanctioned because they'll never get anything out of him. So that only leaves one choice: throw his little ass, happy ass in jail for contempt for a little while. That's
Oh
what
my
I would
gosh.
do if I was the judge. Okay, you don't have any money to pay a fine. All right, let's just spend 30 days in jail, to make up for that money that you say you don't have. But this guy, it's unbelievable. He sits here and he antagonizes the shit out of the court, right? With all these crazy ass motions. And then when the judge tells him that he's detached from reality, now he's taking it as an offense on him. Okay.
Oh gosh.
He's the one that created it.
Oh my gosh. I see, and I have a funny feeling this is going to happen to me for a while between house hunting and visiting the new baby, the new grandson. I have a funny feeling that I'm going to be missing a lot unless somebody sends me an email or they send me a text message because I just happened when I had my phone in my hand and I was taking pictures of the baby, it popped up. And when it popped up, I was like, "Oh, wait, what? What happened? What now?" So I only read maybe one or two paragraphs of it. And then I was like, "Oh no, this
What?
cannot be happening. What are you doing?
I don't know what happened.
What are you doing?"
I'm froze at my. I'm
I'm
gonna.
no longer on the screen either.
No, I'm not. It'll catch up here in a second. I don't know
Okay.
what this thing here is. I don't have any clue
It's a
what that is.
pencil. It's a
Yeah,
something
I don't know
to
what
edit.
that is.
What
So
are you
here we are.
I don't know
Uh,
what you
all I did was refresh because my camera
Oh,
kind of went out of whack because I moved the curtain and
okay.
there now I'm back. But anyway, I'm sorry. I was trying to get the freaking camera adjusted, but all right. Anyway, but
So I read just like maybe roughly 2 paragraphs,
right,
and then I was like, what is he doing? Why is he doing this? What's
right.
going on? Does he not know that this could potentially get him in a little bit of trouble, maybe
Well,
with Hinkle? I don't know, but I haven't had a chance to read it all. I completely and totally missed Tug and Megan last night. Like I said, it was late when we got home,
right.
and I woke up late, and now I feel late. I feel like I'm
Well,
late for everything.
uh, I reached out, guys and gals. We're going to go through this motion. All right, this one motion. We're going to go through some of it because he's got a lot of exhibits on this as well. I can't remember how many pages it is. It's let's go say it's 15 pages, but his actual motion is only, let's see. Oh, come on. How many pages are you? Holy cow. Well, 11. All right. His motion's only 12 pages long. And he's got some exhibits thrown in here, but oops, I better go get that out of there. I missed one. But yeah, and then we're going to hop over to Rumble because
Okay.
I reached out this morning and got permission. So we're going to be heading to Rumble. And for all you fine folks that missed Tug and Megan's Rumble last night, where all the fun, magical stuff happened, uh, we're going to watch some of that. we're we're going to see just how far detached from reality this guy actually is.
I have to ask, I just have to ask,
What's
were
that?
there any good facial expressions coming from Paint Chips?
Did you, girl?
Oh, oh, oh,
at, at one
oh.
point in time, I thought Volpe
Mm.
was just going to shrink right out of existence on the camera. He was trying his now, guys. I don't have any respect for any one of either one of these two guys. Okay, Volpe or Paint Chips. I really don't. All right. These guys are nutbags. But Volpe, he gained just a little respect out of me last night, just a little. Right? He was basically telling Patriots, man, you need to just stop this shit. You're just falling right into it. You're letting them bait you. I don't know who's baiting who. You and I come on here and we just offer our opinions and talk to the chat. Okay, we're not lawyers.
No, no, never claimed to be either, nor am I a
Right.
doctor or a financial expert. I'm none of those.
We talk about a popular subject right now, and that's about as far as it goes. But this clown, this clown, he's starving for attention so much
Mm,
that I don't know if he is actually detached from reality or not. I mean, I think he is the way he acts. He is. I mean, come on. He's sitting there saying there's moles in the
hmm,
clerk's office messing with his motions and stuff like
really?
that. Uh, he
Oh,
brings up streams that were done 11 months ago where certain individuals, me and my co-host at the time, were making fun of some of these people. Uh, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
it's gonna be
oh,
fun. It's gonna be fun, guys and gals. Please don't be upset. We haven't said any good mornings yet. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff packed into this 2 hours today. So I'm kind of cutting down on a little bit of the good mornings so we can get right into the good stuff. Because you guys are going to have so much fun listening to all this. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
oh my gosh. I just see, I can't go anywhere because I miss stuff. And then it's like, okay, it's going to take me the weekend to get caught up. Oh my
Well,
gosh. Okay.
well,
All right.
Mama Palmers, good morning. And everybody else in the chat, good morning. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. But yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, D, I'm I've talked to several people that do a lot of this law crime stuff.
Hmm.
They go over court documents, they go over court cases and stuff. And no one that I have talked to has said that they have ever seen anything like this stuff.
It's crazy. It is.
Yeah, it is absolutely unreal. I got a message yesterday saying, "Hey, Paint Chips is talking about you." I'm like, what about now? Because I don't really care. Okay, I don't care one way or another what they say about me. They're a bunch of idiots. Let them run their mouths. Hey, I look at it as free advertisement. Talk about me all you want. You'll either love me or you hate me. That's your choice.
Right? Oh my gosh. I can't get it. See, okay.
So you're
I'm
you're
gonna,
turning into Megan Jr. You leave, and things pop off.
well, you know, trying to spend as much time with our grandson and with the kids as possible and looking for a house. And I think I found one, but I don't know. I keep finding them, and then when we want to meet with the broker and the realtor, and we want to put a bid in, it goes under contract. It's like they know. It's like whoever is uh, also searching, they're looking at the good homes too, and we're running into that. So they'll put a bid in, and the contract will be in place right when we want to go look at the house. So it's
Oh
like, man,
wow,
yeah. So it's like, oh my gosh, really?
wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
But
it
hey,
is.
you guys will find what you're looking for, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you
So,
said you guys had to step away from the kind of house style that I told you I liked. The ones with the
right,
wraparound. I mean, you guys
right.
kind of aren't looking at those anymore, are you?
Uh, well, okay, homeowners insurance, they basically cover the structure. So
Right,
any home that is 100 years old or older, like the farm style homes, those homes we will either have to pay a higher premium for homeowners insurance,
right.
but it depends on who you get. Most of them will only cover the property that the structure sits on. So
Ah,
basically, your home will not be insured, but the piece of land that it sits on is. So that was kind of what we were running into because we don't want to up and switch insurance companies because we've had the same insurance company for a good minute. So it's like both vehicles, the home, I mean, everything. The barn shed in the backyard, that's covered. So I mean, it's like, "Arr." So I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, maybe we need to change what we're looking at. Because when I heard that our insurance policy could potentially, not saying that it will, it could potentially double or even triple if we tried to get them to cover the structure if it's 100 years old or
oh
older.
wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow. You know, my ex mother-in-law, she was with, I think it was State Farm for 25, almost 30 years.
Okay.
Never placed a claim with those folks, you know. And out of the blue, one day, they canceled her policy.
Oh my gosh,
And
why?
it wasn't just her, it was hundreds and hundreds of people. They just canceled their policies. They never gave her a reason why. Never had a claim on her insurance policy, paid all of her premiums on time, all those years. But you got to remember, this is back in the freaking late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, late 80s. At that point in time, a lot of your insurance companies were doing a lot of funky stuff. Uh, Back then, a lot of insurance companies, they like to see you. Okay, say for instance, I was with State Farm for 10 years and I was shopping around for insurance. All the insurance company would ask you straight up, "Hey, are you already insured?" And then
Right.
you would have to tell them whether you were or you weren't. And if you were, you had to tell them how many years you had been with that company. I guess
Right.
it's because they don't want to take on, I don't know, hinky people, I guess. But anyway, around about that time, that's when they canceled her, and we never could understand why. Why would you take a potential customer that has never been late on a payment, paid you for almost 30 years, and just cancel them? Why?
Mm,
But that's
that's
here in
crazy.
Florida. Okay, Florida insurance companies down here are batshit crazy. Uh, it's kind of hard right now because with all the hurricanes we've gotten in the last 10 years, most of our big insurance companies have left Florida.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
they won't even insure anyone's property with hurricane insurance anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So if you buy a new home here and you finance it, well, you
Uh-huh.
know, if you finance it, you are required to have
Yes.
insurance on it. Well,
Yes.
how can you get insurance on it if none of the companies that you call offer hurricane insurance?
Oh gosh.
Because that's one
Well,
of the requirements living here. You have to have hurricane insurance.
true. Yeah. Okay. So how many insurance companies um are there left that will insure a home? I mean, is there a Geico there? Does that Geico cover houses? You mentioned State Farm. What about
Well, Geico
um
is here. Matter of fact,
okay, okay.
right over in Lakeland, we have a huge Geico place. I mean, it's huge where they employ, I think about 1,000 people. Uh, but I don't know. Right now, our insurance is paid through our uh, homeowner, the guy that owns our home that we're paying for the home
Okay.
from.
Right.
He carries the insurance on it, but we pay for it.
Gotcha.
Where he got it, Mama probably knows. I really don't know. All I know is when we pay our mortgage once a month, uh, part of that mortgage money goes to pay the insurance and the taxes. So,
Okay.
uh,
That's crazy.
which is kind of shitty. We almost got this house paid for. I think we got a year and a half left. And if anything major happens to the house, the insurance policy is in his name. So
Okay.
we can't claim anything on the insurance. We have to get him to claim it.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's kind of a pain in the ass like that. And say, for instance, we want to take out a home loan to say put a new roof on the house. We
Gotcha.
can't do that because the house is not technically in our name for another year and a half.
Gotcha. Okay. I
Because
see.
see, when we pay the last payment, which I've got an idea on that. I think we're going once we get taxes in this next year. I think we're just going to pay the house off and
Gotcha.
be done with it
Hmm.
because we can save some interest on it,
Exactly. Exactly.
and he's done told us the minute we make the last payment, we goes to the courthouse. We sign. He signs over the deed. It's ours.
Gotcha.
But until then, I can't do any major work here that requires me to get a loan because the house is not in my name yet.
Gotcha.
So that's how that works. But
Okay.
hey, he's a good guy. We've become friends over the last 13 years, 13 and a half years. We're not going anywhere. He says we're staying here. That's why I haven't done much as far as improvements on this old house until it is ours. Anyway,
Okay.
I got you. I got you. I don't know. It's just I love the old houses and your
Yeah.
house that you were talking about that you were showing me the pictures of. I love those kind of houses.
Mm-hmm.
My hometown, those houses are on Main Street that are like that, have the wraparound 2-story, and
Mm-hmm.
those things are anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million
Yeah.
because they're so beautiful. They're old.
Right. So it's just crazy. It is. It's crazy.
So
Oh
you
my
can't
gosh.
go nowhere.
I can't go nowhere.
You leave and stuff pops off. It's
Okay.
crazy.
How am I going to explain that to my grandson when Mimi doesn't come see him? I can't do that.
I got you. I got you. Let me send those to my pooter and
Okay.
because I know you sent them. Oh, I got to download them to the phone first. All
Okay.
right, all right. Where is that? It goes here, and then it goes here, and then look at all them pictures. Oh my goodness! But it's quick and easy.
Yeah.
2,
So I have a
3,
question. I didn't read
4,
all of, like I said, I didn't read all
5.
of this. Is he still whining and moaning and bitching about not having electronic filing
Yep.
in this? Oh my
Oh, and
God.
he wants more than that, girl. He
Oh my
wants even
gosh.
more than that. He wait till you get into this. It gets absolutely insane. He's claiming ADA protection, and
Oh,
oh my god,
oh my God.
indigency.
Oh my gosh.
it's,
Oh, gosh.
it's unbelievable. You ready to dive into this?
Okay. All
Oh,
right. So here we have Mr. Paint Chips, special appearance motion for reasonable procedural accommodations. Okay. Now I have a question. I don't know if anybody can answer this. So, reasonable procedural accommodations. When you are screaming ADA protected, that does not does this fall under that guideline or no? Because from my understanding, ADA protection is just where they have to make accommodations like wheelchair ramps, wheelchair accessible restrooms, things to that nature. Does that also fall under reasonable procedural accommodations?
yeah,
Huh. Huh.
he's fishing. He's fishing.
Okay.
I think it's the same thing with lips. I don't think they understand what the ADA stuff is really
Okay.
about. What's that?
Hmm. I was just thinking, what is it that makes him believe that when you scream ADA protection, that you automatically get procedural accommodations? Why? Just because? Okay. All
Well,
right.
the court
Mhm.
is not his employer. And from what I understand, it's employers that this all revolves around this ADA protection stuff. The employers have to make sure that they provide for your whatever it is needs. That's from the understanding that I have of it. Okay, is
Okay.
it's all on employers
Right.
have to do it. How he thinks the courts are, I think I don't know. I mean, listening to him yesterday, oh, I the only person out of the two of them that made any sense yesterday was Wolpe.
Oh my
I
gosh.
didn't watch Lisa. I do have her transcripts. I did read a little bit of her transcripts, and what struck me as not odd, but typical of him, he wants people to read his garbage. He wants the attention because he made the statement, oh, it'll be on Shizzy Whiz Nuts in the morning. It'll be on Coop in the morning, and it'll be on somebody else in the morning, and they'll all be talking about it, blah, 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 blah. So that tells me he's an attention whore. He's
Oh wow.
looking for people to read his garbage. But what he doesn't realize, don't switch, is that I think Bubbles is absolutely right in saying, yes, they're laughing at us. Oops, I think I'm on the wrong thing. Yep, I'm.
Oh my
Says it all right
gosh.
here. Boom.
They're laughing at us.
We are definitely laughing at him.
Oh my gosh. Carl, you're right. The judge should say that if you hold on a second, if you're that bad off, get a lawyer. Yes,
Yes,
I agree. I agree. But then again, what attorney would look at this and say, no, thank you, because of what? Okay, because of what has transpired. Okay, does that make sense?
got it. Right.
You know,
Now, see,
because
you remember the last filing we went over? It actually showed how much he paid to have that motion sent into the courts. It's like $20 and some change, right?
okay, right.
Now, these four motions, I'm assuming since they're all filed the same day, I'm assuming that they all came in the same packet. And I would think that, let's see, this one's 15 pages long. Where are the other ones? I would assume that this one is even that what he paid for this one to go is
Uh-huh.
probably even more. Okay. Oh, now this one, the exhibits, that's 26 pages long.
Oh
Now
my
remember,
gosh.
he has to have all these printed out and they're all in an envelope. So the thicker that envelope, the more that costs, right?
Okay, yes, because the weight is
Okay.
different.
Now here's another one. This is the third one. It's 26 pages long.
Oh my gosh.
And here is the fourth one. And the fourth one is 17 pages long.
Oh
So
my
if you do
gosh.
the math, you're looking at close to 100. I,
Oh,
I know for a fact it's over 75. It's close to 100 pages that he sent into the courts.
oh my gosh.
So you
I
know how
can't.
the post
I,
office works, right?
yeah.
It's by weight.
I exactly. I cannot understand why. I mean, why would you try so hard to get attention?
I
Okay.
don't
Why?
know.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's because he thinks he's just that good or he's that great. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
You ready to dive into this and find out what
Oh,
the thoughts of a madman is?
okay. Okay. Defendant paint chips. Proceeding pro se. Specially appearing and without waiving any jurisdictional service, procedural substantive, disability related, appellate, or other rights respectfully moves for reasonable procedural accommodations necessary to ensure meaningful access to the court and fair application of the federal rules and local rules. Dude, what what does the accommodations that you're speaking of? I mean, are there any special accommodations in with okay, I
Well,
just
we're going to
can't.
find out what he's asking for.
Oh, oh my gosh. Defendant does not seek immunity from the rules. He seeks practical procedural safeguards so that this case is litigated on the merits without forfeiture, waiver, sanctions, or adverse rulings based on the functional disadvantages created by his pro se status. Huh. lack of CMECF access. Why are you running? Why are you okay? Okay. Documented mental health history. So we go from functional disadvantages created by his pro se status and the lack of electronic filing access. Okay. And then we're going to scream right into documented mental health history, known cognitive and emotional impairments, and the court's own recent characterization of his assertions as detached from reality. Well, damn, dude, look at what you're putting on the docket.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh my gosh.
Well, they're professional victims, is what they are. They want to stand over here on this side of the room and say how smart they are and how they're just going to take everybody down legally, and then on this side of the room, when they don't get their way, they're going to claim all of this garbage.
Huh. This doesn't this okay. All right.
It's what I've called gutter law for years. Okay, that's exactly what he's trying to practice is gutter law, ambulance chasing, to its fullest. Which he ain't chasing anybody, but still, it's crazy. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Oh my gosh. This motion is supported by the incorporated memorandum of law, the declaration of Mr. Paintchips, and the attached exhibits. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Pursuant to Northern District Florida Local Rule 7.1b and c, defendant certifies that he attempted in good faith to resolve this issue before filing this motion. Where is it?
In good faith. He's
where is
demanding
that?
something he has no right to demand.
He certifies that he attempted in good faith to resolve this issue before filing this motion. No, he
Now,
didn't. He did not. He bitched and moaned and cried about not being able to electronic file any of his motions. And I know a lot of people get upset. They're saying, okay, you're a pro se litigant, so therefore you're going to be held to the same standards as as an attorney would be. You wait your turn, you speak when you are spoken to, things to that nature, proper courtroom decorum. Okay. The reason why this is just me thinking, okay, I don't know if this is the true reason or not, but the reason why only attorneys have access to electronic filing in this such type of court would be to keep pro se litigants from clogging the court with toilet paper.
well, think about it. You're absolutely right, in my opinion, because I mean, think about it, D. He's not even being able to electronic file right now. He just dumped how many pages on the court of nonsense? So imagine if he could electronically file the amount of garbage he would dump on the courts.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine what all he would throw out there.
Well,
just
prime
because
example. Look at Leslie. Look what she did.
Oh my gosh.
She dumped all those files and then turned around, dumped all the files again.
So, but I understand why there are certain things that a pro se litigant can do and cannot do. I don't see where him screaming ADA is going to get him under the good graces of Hinkle to allow him to e-file. That right there, Hinkle is probably going to, I say he's going to smack all of this down, and he could potentially get in trouble. Maybe. I don't know what goes through Hinkle's head.
See, at this point, I think you're right to a point, but this motion gets even better. It gets way better.
I mean, to me, this is just more toilet paper clogging the court. The docket. It's taken away from people's time, just from that little bit.
Wait till you get down into the rest of the stink.
Oh gosh. Am I going to need a plunger?
Uh, go, girl, go.
On June 16th, 2026, defendant sent written conferral correspondence to plaintiff's counsel. Randy, concerning defendant's intended motion for reasonable procedural accommodations. Defendant identified the relief sought, including additional time where appropriate, liberal construction of pro se filings, courtesy electronic service at, and I'm going to say redacted because I have no idea what that is.
Email
Uh,
address.
okay. In addition to required paper service and a meaningful opportunity to cure procedural defects before forfeiture, waiver, dismissal, contempt, or sanctions are imposed. Wait, so he wants a mulligan. Every time he gets smacked down for something that he's filed, he wants a mulligan.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that doesn't work that way.
It gets better.
Oh my gosh. Defendant's conferral communication explained that the request was based on pro se status, lack of ECF access, known physical, mental, emotional, financial, and legal disabilities. Plaintiff Jeremy, hold on, let me go back and read. That just made absolutely zero sense in my brain right now. Defendant's
Oh,
conferral
my.
explained that the request was based on pro se status, lack of ECF access, known physical, mental, emotional, financial, and legal disabilities. Huh.
What's a
But
legal disability? Now remember, if
don't
he's
know.
claiming he's pro se and doesn't know the law, well, he just proved that wrong in his filing last week, where he claimed to have been a lawyer. Up until that filing last week, he had been pro se and said that he was ignorant to the law. And then all of a sudden, when he filed last week with his conspiracy theory shit, he claims to have been a lawyer. So, what legal disability?
I don't know.
He put it on record in a motion that he was a lawyer at one point in time.
Oh gosh. Okay. So where's the legal disability? Where financial? Yeah. Well, we know you owe six figures, I guess, in New York, New Jersey, or some damn where up there for restitution or something. Emotional, yes, we all can see that. Dude, you have more meltdowns than a candle when you let it burn all day.
Well, remember, he's an instigator.
Okay.
He put himself in the position that he's in. Okay. He's the one that went after Jeremy Hells. Okay. Jeremy didn't go after him. He went after Jeremy Hells and Megan. This is the guy that literally doxed Megan. Her home address, actually showed photos of her house, doxed her husband and her oldest child.
Oh gosh. Okay. And mental. Okay. Yeah. We can see that because, yeah, we see it. We see the mental, but I don't understand. So all of this, all what this sentence is just him going with the ADA blah 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 stuff, right?
I
So
guess.
he's throwing all of this under the ADA umbrella. Okay.
Oh, it gets better. Keep going.
Gosh. Plaintiff Jeremy's own repeated public characterization of defendant as paint chips. I don't think Jeremy gave him that name.
Nope.
Maybe I'm okay. He did. I didn't think so.
Tug and Megan clarified that last night on their stream. That
okay.
originated from Tug. Tug took proud ownership of it.
Okay. And the court's June 15th, 2026 order characterizing one of defendant's assertions as detached from reality. Dude, you okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
After all of the
if
nonsense, Now you remember that motion, right? That's where he was saying that there were aliens and shit. Somebody, some mole or something in the clerk's office that were messing with his motions, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where the judge, when he read that motion, that's where the judge came up with this. And you don't think that this reinforces what the judge had to say?
That's what I'm saying. That's where I was going. I was going to like, dude, what was your previous filing that made Hinkle put those three words in his order? What was that? Okay. Okay.
He's like a child in a toy store and goes and grabs the biggest, most expensive toy. And when mom and daddy say, no, you can't have it, he sits down on the ground and throws a fit. That's what this looks like to me. That's just my opinion. Now, guys, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything about, being a lawyer. That's just my opinion based off of common sense. He's pushing the envelope. He's prodding this judge, in my opinion.
Poking the bear.
Yeah.
He's looking to see how far he can go with this. Oh gosh. Defendant cited relevant authority, including pro se pleading standards and access to court principles, and asked plaintiff's counsel to state whether plaintiff consents, opposes, or takes no position. Wait, so he's asking Randy, is it okay with you if I am allowed to e-file?
I don't think that's Randy's call, is it? That's the judge's
no,
call, isn't it?
that's Hinkle or Bolitho's area. So, yep.
Now, I never really thought about this e-filing stuff, okay? But listening to Tug last night, I think Tug did hit on a very good point. And I think Tug did agree with Paint Chips on this one aspect as far as the electronic filing goes. He believes that everybody that's in a court battle should have the same, be afforded the same tools as a regular lawyer, because you're actually defending yourself, or you're whatever you're doing, whether you're defendant or plaintiff, you should have the same tools at your disposal as a lawyer does.
Well,
I understand what you were saying.
Yeah, there's
okay?
safeguards in place, and
Right.
they're there for a reason.
I'm on the fence with it. I really don't know enough about it to say, hey, yay or nay, one way or the other, as far as should pro se litigants be able to e-file. I don't know enough about it to be able to offer an opinion. But as far as fairness goes, I think Tug has a point. But then again, I have to dive into this and figure out why. Because, I mean, look at state level. State level, they can e-file. You can apply for that.
Yes.
Why can't you do it in federal? I don't know. So this is all new to me as far as this kind of stuff goes. I don't think any cases I've followed up until now have had an issue with a pro se litigant, wanting to e-file.
Well,
the only two I know of have been him and Flips, or no, him and Lisa.
So okay, everybody needs to understand. I understand why he should be able to e-file. Okay.
Right.
I get that. But on the other side, I also know that there are safeguards in place to prevent overfiling and refiling the same shit
Right.
that you filed the day before, and you just changed a few of the words.
See, that's why I'm on the fence with it. What you said a while ago makes perfect sense to me. And then listening to Tug, that makes sense to me too. So I'm on the fence. I understand completely where you're coming from, and I do understand where Tug was coming from.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm going to have to dig into and try and narrow it down to why people can't. Okay, why they're not allowed to. Get into the nitty gritty of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I understand, but I also understand why they're saying no, you cannot.
Right.
because it could turn into a major cluster bomb, and then the staff is overwhelmed with the amount of filings that are coming in just from one person.
See, that's why
That's
I'm leaning towards your side a little bit more because your side sounds common sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense to me. That's where I've got to really dig into this and figure it all out. But yeah, I agree with you, girl. I think what you're
so
saying is makes a lot of sense.
So, in that aspect, now that you have filed and you have pushed all of this toilet paper into the court, now you're taking away from staff's time and resources to have to filter through this garbage to
Right.
figure out if it deserves to be okayed to let it stand, or would the judge strike it from
Well, at
ever
this
even
point,
showing up
he's
on
starting
the
to
docket?
sound like a broken record at this point. I mean, because how many
That's what
times
I'm
has he
saying.
brought this up?
That's what I'm saying. So there's a reason why. You have good people that would follow the rules, okay, if they can e-file. Then you have the ones who want to do nothing, but there's an old saying, shit doesn't stink unless you stir it up. So things have been dormant for a long time. So now you have a pot stirrer coming in, and they are going to flood the courts with toilet paper like this. That's
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
think about it. I mean, most of the filings that he files are huge. This one's 22 pages long. Okay, and this is one of four that he's filed with the courts just yesterday, and the judges
Right.
don't see this.
Oh, I'm quite sure they're looking at it today. I mean,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
quite sure they're looking at it, and I'm quite sure Hinkle is saying, "What did I just tell you? What did I just tell you?" You know, it, I got a funny feeling that Hinkle is probably going to get. I guess after the third time you tell somebody no and they keep doing it, I believe that Hinkle may, really lay the smack down on him. I do.
right.
But I mean, I'm not in Hinkle's head, so I don't know. But if I was, I'd be like, look, how many times have I told you no? Okay. No is no. No is not a maybe. No is not yes. It is no. So stop it. And I would say, okay,
Absolutely.
just because of this now, okay, you've really pissed me off. And now I'm going to fine you. Oh, you're indigent. I don't give a rip. That's going to stay there. I don't care. You'll owe it until the end of time. So yeah, the judges can prove a point too without being assholes. But this dude, this dude cannot. He cannot control himself in these. It's reiterated. How many times does the electronic file issue make an appearance in this motion? I
Right.
mean, I don't know. So
Well, let's see what else he's got to say here.
okay,
It's gonna go crazy.
memorandum of law. Uh, this motion asks for modest procedural accommodations. Defendant requests no merits advantage, no exemption from the rules. Yeah, you are, because I'm quite sure there is a rule in place that says pro se litigants cannot e file. I am so sure. If I am wrong, prove it. Show me I'm wrong. You
Well,
know?
he's saying he's not asking for special privileges or exemptions, but yet what was all the garbage you just read up top?
Exactly. See, okay. Never mind. And no special privilege. He asked only that the court account for his actual litigation posture. He is pro se. He is not a CMECF filer. He does not receive the same electronic notice as attorneys of record. He has documented mental health issues. And here we go again. Now we're going to, okay, we've already said this up in the first couple of paragraphs. So now we're going to pull it back down here and we're going to reiterate it. Oh my gosh. Okay. He has been publicly mocked by plaintiff as cognitively impaired. And this court has now characterized one of his assertions as detached from reality? Yeah, dude, because of look at what you're putting in here.
Exactly.
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, the requested relief is practical and limited. Liberal construction of defendant's pro se filings. Additional time where appropriate. Courtesy, and it's not going to happen. You can cry all you want. Hinkle is not going to let you e-file, and if you keep throwing shit like this in there, he's gonna lay the smack down. Mm,
I just don't understand. They all get emailed.
yeah,
So yes, he can't electronically file. He has to ship his motions in by mail, but he
right,
gets notified through email just like the rest of them do.
exactly. Oh my gosh. In addition to any required paper services, clear notice of procedural defects, and a meaningful opportunity to cure them before waiver, forfeiture, dismissal, contempt, or sanctions are imposed. Again, he's asking for a mulligan.
Yep.
If the judge puts an order in and says no, no, he's going to say, please, can I redo it? Can I please? No, that's not how this shit works, dude. Oh my gosh. Clarification that defendant is not being held to the functional standard of a licensed attorney with full, because you're not. You're with full CMECF access. Staff and professional litigation capacity, then get an attorney and any other procedural safeguard necessary to ensure meaningful access to the court. Again, he's going to beat that e-filing to death. I hate to say it. He is going
Yep.
to beat it like a dead horse. This motion is sharpened by the court's June 15th, 2026 order. The court wrote that defendant's assertion concerning possible mishandling of objections and possible outside influence was detached from reality. Dude, because it is. Okay. Maybe not in his world, but I think in anybody else's world, when you read something like this and you are trying to make sense of it and you can't, it's like, what planet are you living on? Are you under a rock? Where are you living at to have this type of comprehension of how things should work for everybody? But there are safeguards in place for a reason, dude.
Oh, it gets better. Wait till it gets better. Oh,
Defendant
he reopens his aliens in the clerk's office again, and he actually names them.
Defendant does not concede that characterization. Public health ecosystem materials suggest at least some basis for concern about non-party observers claiming real-time knowledge of judicial activity.
Oh, keep going. It gets better.
Okay. But even if the court rejects defendant's inference, the court characterization supports the requested procedural accommodations. If the court believes defendant's perception, reasoning, or litigation judgment is impaired, the proper response is not to hold him to the practical standards of a trained attorney operating with full electron. Again, access
And
and professional
remember,
support.
remember, his last filing last week, he is full aware. He made the courts full aware that he was a licensed attorney at one point in time. So I don't.
Okay, so basically, you may have said this like at the beginning that he was over on 2L's channel saying that it's going to be his goal to, like, I guess basically clog the court with garbage filings or something.
Oh yeah, he
Okay.
boldly stated that it is his goal. He is going to do whatever it takes to cost Jeremy Hales as much money as he can possibly cost him. He is
Okay.
going to use everything within his power to mess with this court. He's stated it time and time again.
Oh my goodness. The proper response is reasonable procedural accommodations. I'll make that make sense. Oh gosh. Relevant background. Defendant is pro se and not a CM ECF filer. Defendant
Again,
appear. Okay. That's, you see, this whole thing is because, is it just that he doesn't want to spend the money, or is it he's just too damn lazy to go to the post office and send this, or is he just trying to make an ass out of himself by
I
doing
have
this?
to personally, my opinion of it is he's just trying to mess with the courts. Because think about it. He came on board, he got put into this court case, and next thing you know, between all the other litigants that got dropped, you know, putting in their useless motions, here he comes. Now he's putting in all his useless crap. And ultimately, what happened is 8 people got dropped from that case.
But he didn't, and he's butthurt that he didn't get
Exactly.
dropped,
And I
right?
think he's continuing in with that same mentality, trying to get it done again. That's just my opinion.
But okay, all right. So let's say, just for some unknown reason, they allow him to e-file. Okay, so they're going to allow him to e-file. So he's been given okay, but he's going to keep harassing. That's the term I'm going to use. I could be wrong. He's going to keep flooding the court for the other things that he is requesting, which is the mulligan. He wants to be allowed a do-over. You know, if they see, and then he's going to keep going until they allow that. So it's almost like a kid pestering the parent. Can I have? And the word out of the parent is always no. Well, when the kid wears down the parent, some parents generally just give in to make them be quiet and go do whatever it is you want to do. So this right here, this is how this reads to me. It's like a child having a temper tantrum, and they're going to scream it and yell it until they get their way. Interesting. Oh my goodness.
Oh, somebody said they didn't see Faves in the chat. There she is.
Hey, Faves.
Hi, how you doing, girly girl?
So, is okay. He does not receive the same automatic electronic filing notices as attorneys of record. You get an email, don't you?
Yep.
I'm sorry that you cannot go into the e-file system and check things. That you have an email address, so, and that's what you have on file with the clerk's office. So that's where everything that takes place goes to that email.
Right.
Oh my gosh. His filings must be prepared, served, and submitted from outside the ordinary attorney electronic file. Come on, dude, you are going to piss Hinkle off with this if he hasn't already. Oh gosh. This creates a structural disadvantage. It affects notice, deadlines, access to filings, timing, and the ability to respond quickly to filings made by represented parties. Then go get an attorney. Go get an attorney.
See, that's the one thing I do not care for when it comes to the courts. I don't care who you are. You should be represented by legal counsel. Okay,
Yes.
unless you are a lawyer. Now, if you're a lawyer, that's a different story.
Right.
But the courts they have made it to the point to where if you don't get representation from a real lawyer, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah, I think the whole court system is designed to make people spend money.
Oh gosh.
I mean, if you were getting sued, first thing you'd do is go get a lawyer, right?
Absolutely. I would get 2 or 3 opinions and, go from there and say, okay, this attorney says, yeah, I don't have a snowball's chance in hell. Or this attorney says, yeah, absolutely, you have a very strong case. And then another attorney says, I really don't have time to take your case. I'm probably going to go with the guy that says that, yeah, you have a strong case.
Right.
I'm just not going to randomly go and Google a local attorney in my area and just go with him. I'm going to want to call, or I'm going to want to schedule some free consultations to see what their opinion of what's happening. Is it in my favor, or should I just not even entertain it? So it gets crazy.
Yep.
Defendant's mental health history is not newly manufactured. No, it's not, because it came out when you were when you did all those things that you did up in New York. Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on his mental health because I don't know jack about it. I don't have any idea that he's ever been diagnosed with anything. So I'm going to kind of stay away from that one. But based on what I've seen out of him, as far as his motions that he's written, I do think that he is detached from reality. But as far as him being diagnosed, I have no clue.
There is in his, when all of this stuff went down up in New York, he was, he spoke of it, and it's in transcripts, it is in motions, it's in the filings. So it is there. But is it true? I don't know. I,
What else
yeah,
we got here?
I don't know. Okay. So we have defendants' mental health issues are not litigation inventions. In U.S. v. Luthman, yada, yada, yada. This is the case right here. Judge Jack B. Weinstein issued a statement of reasons noting that the defendant had undergone a forensic mental health evaluation, had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and had long suffered from mental health issues and substance abuse issues. So right there, he underwent a an evaluation. So it is on the record. Okay.
Okay,
So
now hold on a second. You've
okay.
got where all of this stuff began. It began way back in 2022. And in 2023, there was a cease and desist that was delivered to Crook and Lynette.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where all of this began. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but they want to forget all about their bad behavior and call Jeremy the bad guy. I'm
Right.
sorry. I don't care if you are bipolar or if you're schizophrenic or if you're batty as a loon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a justification to get out of what you've done to try and harm someone.
Right.
Just because
It's
you're crazy doesn't mean you have the right to treat people and try and ruin somebody's business and get away with it legally. That's my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm sorry. Ignorance of the law does not make it okay.
no, it doesn't exempt you. So okay, so Judge Weinstein wrote that the criminal case illustrates the dangers in ignoring mental health problems of practicing lawyers. Okay, that was at that time. Okay, that was at that time that this statement was made by this judge. The statement of reasons also noted that defendant had been diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder after hospitalization, and that an evaluator later concluded that bipolar 2 disorder was a more appropriate diagnosis. So we go from bipolar 1 to bipolar 2.
Oh, so there's different stages of
Just, yeah.
crazy?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's, yeah, with this. Oh, yeah. Defendant does not cite this history to excuse misconduct. Then why are you bringing it up?
Exactly.
He cites it because it's just part of the judicial record and bears directly on what procedural safeguards are reasonable when an unrepresented, then get an attorney,
Yep.
unrepresented litigant is attempting to navigate. Dude, you already know how to navigate the judicial system. Okay. You already know what's expected, how to do it, and what rules that you need to follow. He knows this already. To navigate federal litigation without counsel, or here we are again with ECF access. Oh my gosh. Oh, and we're throwing this back in here too. He's got to add this, just for a little bit of emphasis, is what he truly wants. He truly wants this. That's what he truly wants. I can't. I can't agree that every pro se litigant should have access to electronic filing in a federal case. If you're in a federal case, you do need to get an attorney, or even in civil. I mean, criminal court, you would still want an attorney. I oh. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I just yeah, absolutely. I don't think Hinkle is. I don't think this is going to bode well with Hinkle. I really don't. I don't think, because it everybody if everybody reads between the lines on this, it's all coming back to the electronic filing. So yeah, I think this is going to be a no-go. And if Hinkle does, then he just opened up the door for other pro se litigants to badger the court until they get what they want. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Right, hey Joe. I know. Exactly. Yeah. I can't with the crazy. The crazy. So
Do you need me to scroll?
yes, please.
I'm kind of working on something real quick. So while you're
Okay.
reading, I'm taking care of this real fast.
Okay. Plaintiff has publicly portrayed defendant as impaired. Well, could that possibly be because of how you hold yourself when you're talking, in your motions? Could it potentially be how you maybe maybe want to appear to others? Maybe you want to appear that way. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand that. Plaintiff Jeremy has repeatedly referred to defendant as paint chips on YouTube broadcast, apparently suggesting that defendant suffered brain damage from eating lead paint chips, and at times implying that defendant continues to do so. Could that be on how you portray yourself in a public setting? Maybe. I don't know. Could be, possibly, not sure. So, defendant does not adopt plaintiff's insult, but plaintiff's own public characterization demonstrates that plaintiff and his counsel cannot credibly claim surprise that defendant suffers from apparent cognitive, emotional, psychiatric, or behavioral limitations affecting litigation conduct. Let's see. Again, are you on medication? Are you speaking with somebody regularly? I don't know, but wouldn't that be the plan of treatment to make sure that everything is good? You're not, uh, taking things too personally, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Plaintiff chose to sue the very person he publicly portrays as mentally impaired. Scroll, please. Having made that choice, plaintiff should not be heard to demand that defendant now be treated as though he were a licensed attorney with unimpaired judgment. But dude, you're asking for electronic e-file service. You're asking for that service. You're asking for mulligans. You're asking for, okay. Mm-hmm. And professional litigation capacity. Defendant now be treated. Okay, plaintiff should not be heard. Plaintiff should not be heard to demand that defendant now be treated as though he were a licensed attorney with unimpaired judgment, full electronic access, and professional litigation capacity. Huh. Okay. So, okay, I'm just, the court has characterized one of defendant's assertions as detached from reality. Yes, Hinkle did say that, because he had to read that motion. So he had to rule on it because it was so far-fetched. And yeah, exactly. On June 15th, 2026, the court entered an order overruling defendant's additional objections. The order states that defendant's objections included a baseless suggestion that the clerk's office mishandled the original objections because opposing parties may have infiltrated or bribed clerk's office employees. The court then wrote, the assertion is detached from reality. I guess maybe does this seem like a little bit like maybe he feels entitled to have access to e-file and access to mulligans and given more time than a normal person would be giving for, to file something for an answer? I don't know.
Well, he's trying to play the disabled fool factor, trying to gain what he wants. Okay. But let me pull something up here real quick.
Okay.
He's claiming to be all of these things, but yet, let's get this off of here. Let's scroll this in. Oh, just a little bit less. I don't know if you can read that or not. I can.
Yeah.
So I'll read it.
Okay.
Oh, so Lethman puts this in his last motion. This was motion 209, right? Lethman does not make this statement lightly. He has personal knowledge of his years as a New York lawyer, of how vulnerable courthouse personnel, adjacent personnel, and documented intake system can be to improper influence, bribery, favors, political pressure. Okay, he's claiming that he knows the law.
Yeah.
Now, what have you read today in this motion in 215? He's claiming the opposite.
Yep.
His own words. See, he was ragging on me about, Coop said, that I should be held to the same standards as a lawyer. No, you should be held to the same standards as a disbarred lawyer. And when I was making that statement where you should be held accountable just as a lawyer, I'm talking about for sanctions and contempt of court. I'm talking about punishments that you yourself are asking for. You're completely messing with the judge. I mean, you're blatantly messing with this guy. And so therefore, I think you should be held to the same standards as a lawyer when it comes to the downside of it, the punishment side of it.
Right. Yeah.
But you can't claim to know, to know what it is to be a lawyer and then claim that you don't know anything about the law. That's not how it works. Which is it? Were you a lawyer or weren't you a lawyer?
Huh. That's very interesting you say that, because he portrays himself as a non-lawyer. He portrayed him in all of these filings. I do not I have no knowledge of A, B, C, or D, but yet when he writes his motions, he is citing case law. So he does know A, B, C, and D. Okay.
Well, remember, like we said, you got Leslie over here. She's not once ever claimed to be unknowledgeable of the law. She's claimed that she knows all about the law. She shows everybody her diplomas, and she claims to be a retired lawyer. Okay, right. So therefore, she should be held to the standards of someone that knows the law. Okay,
exactly.
But you don't have a bar license, right. So you don't get all of the goodies that a regular lawyer gets. But you can't sit there and act like a fool and claim that you're a fool when you just 10 minutes later or earlier said that you weren't a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That's Coop logic there. If you understand it, you understand it. If you don't, you don't.
Okay. So
where are you at?
On June 15th, 2026, the court entered an order overruling defendant's additional objections. The order states that defendant's objections included a baseless suggestion that the clerk's office mishandled the original objections because opposing parties may have infiltrated or bribed clerk's office employees. The court then wrote the assertion is detached from reality. Yeah, because I'm quite sure Hinkle was like, "Are you kidding me? Is this even? Why is this in a court filing? Why?"
Oh, it gets better. Here comes the aliens.
Oh my gosh. Defendant respectfully does not concede that his concern was invented from nothing. Publicly available Hales ecosystem material includes a transcript in which YouTubers discuss a fly on the wall. I always say I would like to be a fly on the wall when certain people were having conversations just to hear the other side, you know?
See,
That's
this
about
is
the only
where sarcasm, satire, and parody all play.
right? Hmm. Allegedly providing real-time information about a judge's current activity in that exchange. Redacted states that our little fly on the wall said the judge is currently responding as we speak to these documents.
Now, the reason
Oh,
I redacted this is it's got Georgie's government name in it. Okay.
okay.
So that's where that's redacted. I don't want to show her government name. I'm not going to dox her in any way. So just know the red mark that was for Georgie. Okay.
Okay. And later states, I can't tell y'all everything because, scroll, we can't be getting our fly in trouble now, can we? Mr. Coop responds that, as far as I know, we're the only ones that have this ace and says the fly will never be named. Damn it,
Okay.
Coop. What have
Do
you done now?
do you remember back when Two Lees and everybody were talking about the ace in the hole and the royal flushes and all of this card dynamic stuff coming down the road?
Yes.
Okay, that's where all of this came into play. All right, this
Okay.
was two YouTubers sitting on their stream mocking these idiots. Okay, that's all it was. If they can prove that there was a mole on the wall, have at it. I mean, I'll open my phone up, I'll open the computers up. You can look at it. There was no mole. There was no fly. It was us talking about people that got us documents legally. Okay, from Pacer or from public dockets. But this whole thing that he's referring to happened 11 months ago. We
Oh my
were
gosh.
discussing one of Bubble's filings in Fed 1.
So this absolutely, that statement has absolutely zero to do with Fed 2.
Right. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
But he's trying to say, because of what we said on our show, that we're in cahoots with Jeremy and we actually have people in the clerk's office. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
And after
oh,
that particular stream 11 months ago,
right.
there were several times that Georgie and I spoke of this matter, saying how we were just pulling the wool over Lisa's eyes. We were just messing with them.
Okay.
But hey, let him try. He's just showing just how much bat crap crazy he is. Now,
Oh
of course, in what you see here, it doesn't show you that it was 11 months ago, that it
No.
was in Fed 1, and
No.
it was referring to a motion that BBB had filed.
Okay, so he's taking and he's placing this in as truth. Okay. All right. I'm just speculating here. Just go with me on this. He's not mentioning a date, a timestamp, or any of that was where this is indicated and what case it was related to.
Now, Devil's fan come rolling in. It was squat pump, Mr. Coop. was referring to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, squat. Every time I hear that name, it gives me a chuckle. Squat pump. What the hell?
I don't even want to know because I have ev there are some really crazy visions that run through my mind when I hear of that name and I read it. It's just, I'm like, I have no idea what this is. How did this come to be? Okay. Does she fart when she squats? And that's kind of what they did. They called it squat pump. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue.
I mean, think about it, D. You are not professional lawyers. Okay. We come on YouTube, we read these documents, we give our opinions on them, we talk to the chat about them. Okay. Basically, we're just entertainers. Okay. We're trying to entertain the people that come to listen to what we have to say. All right. If that means we're going to fudge some things or we're going to fabricate some things, hey, it's no different than 2L's every time she goes live. So,
Right.
I don't think the judge is. He does. He did send the transcripts for this actual video for it. Now, whether or not he marked in those transcripts,
Right.
where this stuff was, I don't know. I
Okay.
have the video. None of the stuff that I did before January of 2026 is left on my YouTube channel. Every bit of it's gone. But I do still have it all.
Right. Right.
So anytime anybody wants to see the video, hey, I've got the video. It's on Rumble. It's
Right.
real easy to go find.
Let's see. Defendant does not ask this court in this motion to adjudicate who the fly on the wall is because it doesn't pertain to you, knucklehead. Oh my gosh. Whether the speaker was exaggerating, yes, I would say yes, the speaker was exaggerating, or whether any courthouse employee or court adjacent person actually provided information, I'm going to say that's a no. Okay.
Well,
That's a
you
no.
got to remember, back when all of this was going on, there was constant talks every day about moles here, moles there, moles here, moles there. Jeremy was saying there was moles over here. They were saying there were moles over, or 2Ls were saying there were moles over here. Everybody was talking about moles back then. All right. It was just all part of the thing. So if he wants to get technical, hey, I can pull up a ton of 2L's videos where they're talking about the moles they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm not real worried about this guy. I think he's trying to dig a hole to where, one, the judge will either throw him out, throw the court out, or the judge is going to hit him with contempt. One of the two. He's going to tell him to stop. Polito, I think, is a pushover.
Yes.
But I think when it comes to paint chips here, I think everything that comes in from paint chips goes straight to Hinkle. I'm pretty sure it does. So I don't think Hinkle's going to be a pushover.
Oh gosh. No, I don't think he is either. I mean, he's probably saying, oh my gosh, it's this guy again. It's this dude again. What is he doing? What is he doing? Why is he? Okay. But those public statements show why defendant's concern was not manufactured from empty air. Yeah, I would say it was. I'm gonna have to call bullshit.
D.
What?
He heard it on the internet, so that makes it true.
Right? Right?
Remember, anything on the internet is absolutely 100% true.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. We'll let him run with that. Okay.
Oh, lordy.
They
Oh.
also show why defendants' filings and perception should be addressed through careful procedural management and not sanctions first. Because, dude, what? Oh my gosh. He wants, I want the mulligan to do it over so I can get it right the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth times. Please don't sanction me, okay, for the first time I screw this shit up.
Well, first of all, 11 months ago, Jeremy Hells, he has no control over Georgie and I. Whatever we did on our show was between us. It all falls on us. I don't think at that point in time I had ever had any conversation with Jeremy. I don't even think I had any conversations with Tug or Megan at that point in time. We were just two streamers having fun. Okay. That's all we were doing. So
Right.
if they think they can tie Georgie and I to Jeremy, go ahead and try, because it ain't going to happen. You can't blame that man for what we said. Jeremy had absolutely nothing to do with what Georgie and I talked about on our streams way back then. He doesn't have anything to do with what we talk about now.
Right.
I think the last time I talked to Jeremy was maybe January, February, and I asked him if he could send me a button, and he was nice enough to send me a button, and it says,
"They're laughing at us."
That's about
Nice.
it.
Nice.
So I'm not part of any ecosystem, and I find it funny that they literally have their ecosystem plan mapped out in text and has been shown to the planet by Shara. But yet they want to try and adopt the ecosystem that Jeremy Hill supposedly has.
Right. That's okay. Yeah. No.
Show me the map where Jeremy has formed an ecosystem. We can show you the map where Bubbles did.
Can we? Does somebody have a whiteboard with red string tying every? This is how I'm envisioning this now, Coop.
Yeah.
Do we have a whiteboard with the red string, or a cork board with the red string tying everybody together, and how everybody is in cahoots with one another? No. No. But you're absolutely right. BBB, he did put it out there. He did.
Yep.
He did.
So it's funny listening to all this. I mean, it really is. This is my enjoyment. Stuff like this. This is what I find entertaining, is the pure craziness. I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about court cases. And they said, look, when this is all said and done and it's over and you move on to the next thing that you're going to be following, he said, you're going to be bored out of your mind. Nothing out there is like this. This is a one of a kind situation where there is craziness around every corner with this whole thing. So I just find it entertaining. Where'd you leave off anyway?
Hang on, I'm Googling something real quick.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to look at the chat for a minute, because we've kind of been ignoring the chat a little bit. Devil's Fan says, Coop, vet your shit. Or your ass will get debunked by Gabe. Yeah, Poppy Seed, have fun with that, my friend. Have fun with that. And I think that's funny how they were accusing everybody of calling Gabe Poppy Seed when they're the ones that actually said it was Poppy Seed.
Yes, they did. Okay.
They caused him to have a bad drugs in his system with the parole officer. Wow. And they want to blame it on other people. Where do they think the Poppy Seed came from? It came from them. I mean, for crimini's sake. I think Tug's got a video out there. I'm gonna have to go find that one of these days. What you got?
Okay, so I asked, I said, what is reasonable procedural accommodation in federal court? Okay. Does anybody know what it is? Because I'm going to tell you, it's not what he's asking for. Nope, it surely isn't. Let's see. Okay.
I just love the way these people, the way they think. I mean, it's some of the most funniest lunacy I've ever seen. I never claimed to be the smartest man on the planet. I live my life through common sense, and personal morals and views. But when I see these people, I look at all the stuff that they say, even though I'm not a lawyer. I'm looking at it as, is it common sense or is it just pure fabricated bullshit? 99.9% of the time, whatever they talk about is crazy. What'd you find?
Okay, so a reasonable procedural accommodation in federal court is an adjustment. Okay, it's just an adjustment. And that would be to include ASL, which is American Sign Language, interpreters, assistive listening devices, or modified scheduling that provides individuals with disabilities equal access to court proceedings. Federal courts are governed by the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 rather than the Americans with Disabilities Act, aka ADA. Okay, so let's see. If to me, this does not say I need a mulligan and I need to have access to electronic filing. So,
What so you
no.
have to says it was bootlicker screaming from her chair that night. The poppy
Yes,
seed stuff.
yes, it was. Absolutely. You are 100% correct.
Oh, I
Oh, gosh.
just, oh, oh my God! I gotta have this. I gotta have this.
They're
Okay.
laughing at us. They're laughing at us.
Yep.
Just say it. Just say it.
Right. 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 I'm not lying. I kid you not. That is what this says. Now, I'm going to ask it now. Does that include, e-file for pro se litigants?
He just trying not to get fined when he does stupid, frivolous things or filings, right? I agree with you, Devil's fan. I mean, I don't know. We've all been watching ever since he came onto the scene. He injected himself into all of this. Jeremy Hales did not ask him to make revenge corn.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Nobody has asked him to interject himself into this court proceedings, and now he wants to sit back and cry and whine that Jeremy's actually got him into a court case. Well, if you didn't want to be in it, why'd you interject yourself into it? It's not like they're out there reading documents and going over, motions to their audience. They're out there literally trying to ruin the man's business.
Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
So this is what I found out. In federal court, a reasonable procedural accommodation modifies court operations or processes to ensure equal access to justice without altering substantive case rules. No, this does not generally include e-filing. Access is restricted, and the courts do not consider paper filing a violation of disability or procedural rights. OMG, hello.
There you go.
Now, however, the court can allow, they could be lenient. So if they are lenient with a pro se litigant, then that's basically going to open up the door for other pro se litigants in federal court, where they're going to say, well, this judge allowed it for this person, and I want the exact same accommodation because my ass is too lazy to go to the post office, and I don't want to spend $25 to send this to you. So let's see. While a court cannot act as an attorney for a self-represented pro se litigant, judges may provide leniency and ensure that cases are fairly heard. Now, let's see. Pro se litigants are generally barred from using the federal judiciary's electronic filing system. E-filing is largely reserved for licensed attorneys. A pro se litigant must file a formal motion for leave to file electronically with the presiding judge to seek an exemption, which is granted sparingly. Okay. Now, instead of e-filing, pro se users submit physical documents via mail, in-person drop-off, or a designated email, often permitted in specific appellate circuits, which the clerk's office then scans and uploads into the system. So basically, um, I do believe he's going to get a no on the mulligans. He's going to get a no on the e-filing.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't think that's going to fly. I honestly, I don't. Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go.
All right. Let's see. Where did I leave off at? First, the central point remains: if the court believes defendant's reasoning is detached from reality, then reasonable procedural accommodations are warranted. Pro se filings must be liberally construed. The Supreme Court has long held that pro se pleadings are held to less stringent standards than pleadings drafted by lawyers. Hold on, dude. You just opened up that floodgate by admitting that you were an attorney. So you know how to draft a pleading, you know how to draft a motion, you know how to draft an answer, you know how to do all of that.
Oh, do we need to do this again? Bam, right there. What does it
Hmm.
say? Oh,
Yep.
as his years as a New York lawyer.
Right.
Oh, of how vulnerable the courthouse adjacent personnel, and document intake system can be improperly influence,
Hmm.
bribery,
Hmm.
favors, political
Yep.
pressure.
Hmm.
I don't need that anymore, so I'll get rid of that one.
Well,
Oh,
he is a devil fan. I do not believe he is mentally incapable of representing himself. That's just my belief. I don't know. Maybe he is, but
oh,
from the looks of it, I'm gonna say that that's a hard no because he does cite case law. He knows the law. He knows.
oh yeah. Devil's
He knows.
Man says D and Coop, it's all for him to appeal any decision because he's saying he's mentally incapable. Yeah,
Hmm.
incapable of defending himself. But yet, he knows the law.
You see,
He,
I do believe that Hinkle is doing everything by the book to avoid an appealable error. Okay.
well, what I this is where I find it humorous. Okay, he spews all of this nonsense in these motions, right?
Right.
In my opinion, that little detached from reality, that was Hinkle's little I got you.
Right.
You're putting all of this shit on my docket. So here's a little bit of shit for you. You're
Right.
detached from reality thinking the way you are.
Right. Any any judge worth their grain of salt is going to not make it to where there's going to be appealable error. They are going to follow it. And I am quite sure before any federal judge hands down anything, they are going to proof it, reread what they're talking. They're going to go back through the motions of how they reached their decision on that order. I don't believe a judge would purposely create appealable error.
Well,
But
we've got to remember when the judge made that comment, he was basically saying how ludicrous it was that Paint Chips was stating that there was some kind of nefarious thing going on in the clerk's office. Okay, I don't think that he was saying that Paint Chips was a nutbag or anything like that. I think he was saying, look, if you really believe that we have aliens in the courthouse, you're detached from reality. I don't think he was saying that he was mentally ill.
no.
But hey, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But we see how Paint Chips took it. He took it as a
Right.
bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Uh, and that was so hilarious listening to him trying to explain his stance on this to Volpe, and Volpe just lit into him. You're freaking crazy. You need to just stop. You're doing the same thing that you're accusing all these people of doing. It was hilarious. I don't
So
think we're going to be getting to that today, but
oh, we're not. I was getting ready to say, do you want to go ahead and run over and pull out the juicy pieces? I don't know. I want to see facial expressions. That's what I need to see. I need to see facial
Well,
expressions.
I think we're going to do a little bit longer of a stream today. I'm
Okay.
gonna we're on page 6 of this. I'd like to get through this motion, not the exhibits, but just the motion, and then we'll run over there because I'm
Okay.
gonna when I cut this off at 1 o'clock. Everybody will be sent to Venom, and anybody that wants to come over to Rumble can come over to Rumble. Venom
Okay.
will be streaming at 1 o'clock today.
Okay. So the 11th Circuit likewise holds that pro se pleadings are liberally construed. And we have case law here. So this tells me he knows exactly, he knows the law. Okay. I'm
Right.
sorry. He knows the law. Courts also look to substance over labels when evaluating pro se filings. And here we have another one. Okay. Scroll, please. Defendant recognizes that pro se status does not excuse compliance with procedural rules. All right. And he knows he has to follow the procedural rules. And here he is. He's stating this again. He knows this, but that principle does not eliminate the court's duty to construe pro se filings liberally and to apply procedure fairly in light of practice. Oh, sorry, guys. I need to
You pulled a
turn my.
coop.
Yes, I did. I did. It was okay. It wasn't anybody important. It was a spam call. Um, so liberally and to apply procedure fairly in light of practical realities. So he's citing case law. He knows. He knows.
Right.
He really he knows. He's not fooling anybody. Okay. Scroll. Fave says Venom is going live at 1:15.
Right. So that gives us a little bit. But I'm going to send everybody over there. Boom. Whenever we go to Rumble, when I cut off YouTube, it'll send everybody on YouTube over there. If anybody wants to come to Rumble, you're fine. If you want to go to Venom, that's fine too. Okay. But I am going to send everybody over there, whether you stay or not. That's up to you. I might wait on the Rumble thing.
Okay.
I might. You and I'll talk about it here later. I
Okay.
think I'm going to hold off on that. I think you and I are gonna. I think we're going to do a stream on just Rumble. Start out on YouTube and maybe head over to Rumble. Venom only goes live once a week, and I
Right.
try and help as many people as I can. And at this point in time, she is the only one that goes live at the time that I end. So I would love for everybody to go check her out. Yeah, I'm not going to go to Rumble today because I would like everybody to go listen to
Okay.
to Venom. Because this was a spur of moment thing with the Rumble thing, and
Right.
when I cut YouTube off to go to Rumble, if I cut it off now, everybody gets sent over there now, and then
Okay.
she
No, that's
doesn't go
okay. No
live
worries.
till 1:15.
No worries. Okay. So Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 1 requires the rules to be construed, administered, and employed to secure the just, speedy, and inexpensive determination of every action. He knows. He knows what the rules of the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure is. He just laid it out right here. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 6B permits extensions of time for good cause. Yes, you have to ask for that extension. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 16 gives courts broad authority to manage cases. Yes, it does.
Because see, there were several people, D, that have asked for extension and have asked for more time. MLS, he just asked for more time.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Bubbles at one time asked for more time for something. So there's no reason why Big Boy can't send in his paperwork and ask for more time. Now, if the judge gives it to him or not, that's a different story.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Federal courts also have inherent authority to manage their dockets. Yes. And control proceedings to ensure fairness. Yes. Due process. Yes. And orderly litigation. Unlike Bolitho, who never responded to how many motions were on the docket before the recommendation came into play.
There's still documents from the
Yeah.
first 2 filings that were
Yep.
never ruled on.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So the requested accommodations fall squarely within ordinary case management authority. Dude, you can ask the court for an extension of time. You can ask the court for everything. You can say, Your Honor, I had blah 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 and I need more time to answer this. Yada yada yada. He can do that.
Right.
Defendant is not asking the court to change substantive law. Kind of are. You want the e-file. You've made that abundantly clear.
Yep.
He asked the court to manage procedure in a way that protects meaningful access. Here we go again. Meaningful access to e-file. He should have added that, and avoids
What is this,
unfair
about the
forfeiture.
30th time in this motion he's asked about this e-file crap?
File. To me, when he says meaningful access protects meaningful access, means he's asking for e-file access. I mean, I could be wrong. He could be asking for something totally else, like the Mulligans. I don't know. Disability access principles support reasonable procedural safeguards. Do you need an ALS? Do you need an American Sign Language interpreter? I don't know.
Well,
do you do sign? I
think
do.
about it. He lives here in Florida. Okay.
Right.
He's down in Naples somewhere. And the
Okay.
courthouse he's sending this to, I think, is either in Gainesville or Pensacola. I can't remember where it's going. But no matter, we all know that the postal service sucks. But if you send something registered mail, which he is, it gets there within a day, 2 days tops. So
Okay.
I don't understand. You have most of this stuff, like these motions right here, there's no time limit on these. He sends them off, gets them in there, and they get there when they get there. He's not under a time constraint.
Right.
Some motions that do have a time constraint are usually 14 to 30 days. So you're going to tell me he can't respond within those time constraints?
Well, not when he's live streaming, I would say. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, you would think, and then think of it like this. If he has to go get a lawyer, how much money is that going to cost him?
Money
As
that
opposed
he
to him,
he doesn't have, right?
yeah,
Okay.
as opposed to him filing his own motions, costs him what, $20-$30 to send the stuff registered mail?
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably a whole lot cheaper than $350-$400 an hour for a lawyer.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't understand. Disability access principles support reasonable procedural safeguards. Exactly. There are safeguards in place, and they are there for a reason. And e-file is one of them. Now, had this been in state court, he'd be able to hammer the court with a lot of filings, a lot of motions, a lot. He would be able to spit them out like, I don't know, clockwork. He'd be able to say, okay, every 30 minutes I'm filing this, and then boom, 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 boom. But it's not state court, it is federal court. Safeguards are there for a reason, and he doesn't. I guess he's trying to skirt that part of it. He's going to piss Hinkle off so bad that he's going to get smacked.
Now, Big Al's got a good point. He can walk, so he doesn't really need wheelchair accessibility. He can hear because he's always on talking with other people. So there really not much that needs any more accessibility.
Except e-file. He's made that abundantly clear.
Except eval. Yes. And what I was trying to get at, D, is him sending his motions in the mail is a lot cheaper than if he had to go get a lawyer. That's what I was meaning a while ago.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because it doesn't, honestly, who would want a person to basically just spit out random BS in a court filing system, and then you're taking your staff's time to have to review all of those filings.
Right.
That right there alone will piss the judge off more because his staff has other things that take precedent over your garbage that you're putting in. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
hmm Okay. Access to courts is a fundamental interest. The Supreme Court recognized the importance of court access for persons with disabilities. Tennessee versus Lane. All right. He right here. Defendant acknowledges that Title II of the ADA applies most directly to state and local public entities, and that federal courts are governed by a distinct legal and administrative framework. Okay, he's acknowledging that, but yet he still is going to push it. Oh gosh. But the principles animating disability accommodations, meaningful access, reasonable modification, and avoidance of exclusion by reason of disability are relevant to this court's inherent authority, due process obligations, case management power, and the judiciary's own commitment to access. Dude, it doesn't work that way.
Oh,
It really doesn't work that way.
you remember the little speech that Belitho gave about case management?
Yes.
Okay, with the constant filing of unneeded,
Yes.
materials and
Yes.
improper case management, blah 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 blah. Well, there you go. This is one of the reasons, because I'm telling you, if this bonehead had the ability to e-file, you think this close to 100 pages, it would be way more than that. He would be
Yes.
dumping on this court because he
Yes.
spends his time. How many times in this one document has he referred to wanting to e-file?
A
And
lot.
I would say this is 14 page or 12 pages, something like that, is this motion. I would say half of this could be gone. He's
Mhm.
already addressed it several times throughout the same thing.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. Defendant does not ask the court to decide a freestanding ADA damages claim. You can't. Ah. Oh my gosh. He asked for reasonable procedural safeguards in an existing federal case. Those safeguards are modest and within court's authority. No e-file. No e-file. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
the
a big fat
safeguards are
no.
already in place.
Yeah.
Didn't you just argue that while ago, D?
Yeah.
The safeguards, being he can't e-file, the safeguards are already in place.
Yeah. hmm
So he's asking for new safeguards.
Yes, he's wanting. I guess he wants new rules, civil rules of procedure. He wants to write his own. I don't know. I don't know.
See, we
Oh my
usually don't read his mumbo jumbo, right?
gosh.
Today was an exception. I'll bet you anything he is sitting there listening to everything we have to say, all rubbed up in bacon fat grease, just having the time of his life, that he's getting some attention.
Oh, you do realize that when you make sausage gravy, it's always good to add 2 tablespoons of bacon fat or bacon grease into your sausage gravy whenever you're cooking it.
Oh yeah.
I just
yeah.
wanted to, because you said bacon.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Mental health history and judicial observation support accommodations rather than waiver traps. Okay. Mental health history, judicial observations support accommodations rather than waiver traps. So
Make that make sense.
so he is, he's saying my mental health history, Hinkle, and what the former judge observed supports my accommodations rather than not, basically. So he's trying to bring in what happened in New York and use that as a reason why he should e-file and be allowed mulligans and more time. And okay, all right, sure thing. Okay. Judge Weinstein's statement of reasons here, see, expressly linked defendant's conduct and collapse as a lawyer to mental health problems. So you're telling me that was the only reason why you're no longer an attorney? It has nothing to do with the other things. So, yeah, okay, I'll let you roll with that. And warned of the danger of ignoring mental health problems in practicing lawyers. Again, you are not a practicing lawyer. Okay. So, okay, that's an oxymoron. This court has now characterized one of defendant's assertions as detached from reality. And he's going to piss Hinkle off big time. Taken together, those materials support practical safeguards. Dude, that they are already in place. They do not support treating defendant as a fully functioning attorney litigant with unimpaired judgment, professional staff, and full electronic access. Again, okay? You are not an attorney, and you are a pro se litigant. You are a disbarred attorney. Okay.
Yeah, he was disbarred
Okay.
because he went to jail.
Right. So, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, does he have professional staff? Maybe a
Who?
couple of paint chips. Does he have professional staff? Maybe a couple of sock puppets. I don't know. Maybe that's his staff. I don't know.
Don't know.
But this whole full electronic access thing, again, that is what he is hammering. Be damned about anything else he's writing, but he is absolutely placing emphasis on the inability to e-file. Okay.
All right. I think we're at page 8 here. You guys get the gist. So I'm
Yes.
gonna see what let's see what Chat GPT thinks about this. You
Okay.
up for that, D?
Sure.
This is what Chat GPT thinks about old paint chips motion here.
Oh, Great Paw, I'm going to tell you something. Whenever I read any of their filings, any of their motions, I honestly believe I'm going to suffer a brain bleed because it doesn't make sense to me. Oh
Now we
my
pulled out the
gosh.
old we pulled out the old Chat GPT to break this down. You know, this we were close. We were only 4 pages away. It's basically all going to be the same nonsense, but
Right.
this is going to give us a clear view of what is actually going on with all this. So
I love the first line. I love that first line.
You want to get it or you want me to? It makes no difference.
I'll take it. Okay.
Go for it.
This motion reads like someone emptied a law library, a grievance diary, and a conspiracy corkboard into a blender and hit puree. Yeah, I did mention the corkboard thing. You know, that's all the, let's draw lines, red yarn, tie
Right.
everybody. Okay. Every few paragraphs, it insists, I'm not asking for special treatment, immediately followed by another page of special treatment request. The author repeatedly argues that because the court described one of his claims as detached from reality, the logical remedy is procedural accommodations instead of addressing why the court reached that conclusion in the first place. Exactly.
Right.
The filing also manages the rare feat of citing the author's own documented mental health history while simultaneously insisting none of it excused misconduct, but should absolutely justify a customized litigation rulebook. I agree. Then it veers into YouTube transcripts, mysterious flies on the wall, alleged courthouse information leaks, and public insults, all in service of convincing the court that these concerns aren't fabricated, even while conceding there's no proof of who the alleged source is. Interesting. Very interesting. By the end, the motion feels less like a narrowly tailored request for procedural accommodations, and more like an attempt to transform every criticism, every perceived slight, and every unfavorable judicial observation into another reason the rules should bend. It's earnest, exhaustive, and remarkably confident, but it also buries its strongest points under an avalanche of side quest and self inflicted credibility problems. Absolutely true.
So that, my friends, breaks it all down into its simplest form right there.
It's it. It is. Because, I mean, he's saying one thing in a previous paragraph, and then it goes forward, and then he totally contradicts that previous paragraph by saying the total opposite.
Right.
See? Mhm.
It's amazing how Chat GPT can just pretty much nail what a person's actually thinking.
Crazy.
I would have to agree with everything that this summary says. I
Right.
mean, that to me makes the most common sense out of this whole 12-page, well, 22-page debacle. And like I
Mm-mm-mm.
said, there's a lot of other stuff in this, a lot of uh shit, like I said, 22 pages, so it's got 10 pages of what do you call that? Exhibits.
Okay. Which are transcripts, timestamps type thing. Like I said, I only read like the first two paragraphs of this, and I was like, okay, I can't read anymore. I need to spend time with family. So I did that was today. This
Right.
the first day I actually saw this, and I'm flabbergasted. I just can't.
Good afternoon, French Psycho. Glad you can make it, my friend. But yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. My personal opinion, I think he's just doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He was going to do whatever it took to cost Jeremy as much as he could cost him and get
Mhm.
this thrown out of court.
Mm.
Well, when he entered the arena, okay, when he was put into the arena, that's exactly what he manifested. That's exactly what he accomplished with getting 8 of the people kicked from this case.
And is
Uh,
extremely butthurt he wasn't the ninth person.
well, he's being sued for something entirely different. So he
Mhm.
should have thought about that.
Yep.
I still believe that Lynette, once the stay is over with the bankruptcy, I still
Mhm.
believe that she will be cut from this Fed 2. He will be the only remaining person. I still believe that
I think you're
because
probably right because Fed 1
right,
is about the signs.
right.
So that's and Fed 2, that was what, tortious interference, I think, is what he
The
claimed.
Lanham Act thing.
Wasn't that on element OP or was it something different?
Well, in Fed 2, everybody was charged. Everybody was being sued for the same thing except for Luthman.
Right.
Okay, so by all rights, in Fed 2, when the stay is lifted, she should be ejected too, right along with
Right.
the other 8,
Right.
because it didn't hold water according to the judge. But now Fed
Exactly.
1 is completely different. I
Different. Yeah.
honestly believe that he will win Fed 1 on the defamation stuff. I do. Now, of course, you got Lisa over there says I'm full of crap, which, hey, that's her opinion. Have it, girl.
Exactly.
Everybody
Mhm.
has their own opinion.
Exactly.
I just find it funny that I am so irrelevant. You and I are so irrelevant, but yet every time you turn around, we're made to be relevant.
I don't understand.
just because we're reading the nonsense that these people put out there in these court filings. Okay. Yes, I never claimed to be anything other than just an entertainer trying to entertain people. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Uh, if they want to make me relevant, hey, have at it. I don't care. If you want to
Right.
make me irrelevant, well, just don't watch. That's how that works.
True. Exactly. But this right here, this AI breakdown, it hit the nail on the head.
You
It
want me to
really
send
did.
that to you?
Yes, please.
All
It's
right,
too
I'll send you a
funny.
copy. I'm gonna send a copy of that out to quite a few people. So let them have a chuckle with it. I
Right?
thought it was hilarious. But yeah, guys, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plan for something maybe this weekend where we'll pop up if D's not busy. We might pop up for a little bit of a stream, start it out on YouTube and go straight to Rumble. Uh, and have some fun listening to Tug and Megan because uh, I liked the content that they had last night, but I think the enthusiasm and the fun that the two of them got out of listening to Paint Chips and Volpe was more entertaining than actual listening to Paint Chips and Volpe because they were having the time of their lives last night.
Okay, so on that note, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to watch. I'm going to wait because I did not watch it. I'm not going to preemptively watch it. I want to see it for the first time and be able to react for the first time when we show that.
Well, I watched, I think all of it, but I did it with my earpiece in,
Uh-huh.
and so I didn't really get the full effect because the earpiece I use when I'm on the phone.
Mhm.
It's when I'm watching TV, I'm watching both things, so I'm not catching everything.
Gotcha.
So watching it with you and the audience, I think is going to be a blast. Just all the pure uh, excitement and everything that we learned, the being able to talk about it. I think it's going to be
Right.
fun, 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 fun.
Right. Did you get the baby pictures uploaded to your
Yes, I
computer?
did, and I'm going to show them right now. Yes, let me get those up. Where is my folder here? I did get them downloaded to the computer. I'm glad you reminded me, or I would have forgotten. Come on, baby pictures. Okay, we'll start right here. Okay, and we'll pull that up. Bam, bam, bam. All right, all right. There's the little man.
Mhm.
I wish I could get that bigger. I wonder. No, it won't let me scroll if I do the individual picture, but I can scroll on this one. Uh, these don't have to be in any particular order, do they?
No.
D? All
No.
right.
No.
Oh,
He's like, "What's up? I'm just hanging out over here in my papa's arms." Yeah,
look like
he
he's
is
wanting to fall asleep.
well, he was asleep when we got there, and, his I'm gonna tell you something, when, my daughter-in-law told me, she says he is sleeping more now than he did when he was in the hospital. In the
Right.
hospital, he was only sleeping about every 2 hours. Now he's up to 4 hours between feedings, and he's up to 2 ounces, whereas in the hospital, they were only giving him an ounce. He has gained a half a pound uh, since they brought him home. They take him back to the doctor. I think he goes back today for
Oh, he
the,
just
for,
chilling. He got that
yeah.
arm hanging over there like he ain't
Oh,
got a
yeah.
care in the world.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Mm-mm.
Oh, he's out.
Yep. He's sleeping.
Oh,
Absolutely.
let me guess. That's a pacifier clip to his
Yep. Yep.
jumpy.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah.
There he is. He getting him some nourishment.
Yes, he is. And he's a big eater. He inhaled that whole bottle in probably 25 minutes. And then as soon as she burped him, he fell asleep. He was out like a light. So and he is just he is a good baby. He only cried once yesterday, and that was because he needed a diaper change. And then they went ahead and took him out of his little one piece there and put him into like a little short set. And
Right.
that was the only time he cried. He doesn't like being exposed to air. He doesn't like having his diaper changed. He doesn't like being naked. And you got to put the diaper back on him real quick, and you have to get him clothed really quick. And then once
Well,
you do that, he goes right back to sleep.
Well, think about it. He just spent 9 months in a cave, all
Right.
cuddled up, So it's going to take a while for him to get used to being out in
Right.
the free world.
Right.
Oh, there he is asleep again.
Yeah, and he grew a half inch.
All
So
right.
today, when they get back from the pediatrician, I'm going to give them a a ring and find out how's he progressing. So apparently he's doing really good. So
Oh,
yeah, he's
that was
doing,
the last one.
yeah. So I don't know when we're going to go back up there, but I am going to make a phone call this afternoon. I think his appointment's at 3, so I'll probably call them around dinner time to see how he did. So
Now,
yeah,
this one looks
he
like a
is.
little sailor suit.
That has ducks on it. Um, the nursery is done in like a hunting motif, like it has deer and ducks and stuff like that. So yeah, all of his little stuffed animals are ducks and deers and things like that. Chickens. Yeah.
Now,
He
do the men in the family, are they usually tall, or average
now
height, or?
um on my daughter-in-law's side, her father is 6'5".
Whoo! So
Yeah.
he could be a tall one.
And when they were changing him, I was over there and I was talking to him to get him to calm down. I'm like, "All right, it's okay, it's okay." And I looked at that child's legs. I'm like, "Oh my gosh. His legs are the longest part on his body and he has those huge feet." And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I was
"Oh
telling
my
you about he got
gosh."
some long toes, boy.
Yes, he does. And
He gon
when
he gonna be having some skis when he gets older.
and I was uh, rubbing his foot, and he took his toes and he wrapped them around my finger. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh my gosh!" And my husband says, "Your boy's going to be climbing trees before he's 2." And I said, "Probably he will be. He'll be climbing trees and getting into mischief before he's 2. I can guarantee it."
well, the cool thing is once you guys get your place bought, you'll be closer to him, right?
Yes, yes.
So by the time he's running and gunning, you guys will already be settled in, so grandma and
Yes,
grandpa can have sleepovers.
exactly. Exactly.
All right, all right, all right, guys and gals, for everybody that is left, I definitely will not be here Monday morning. Mama has a procedure that got canceled the last time I told you guys that I wouldn't be here. They went ahead and canceled it last time. Well, this time she got her confirmation call while we were live, so I will not be here on Monday. But I might do something Monday afternoon. I'm not sure. But I will talk to Dee over the weekend if I don't have anything, pressing that I have to get done. We might do a stream and watch the Rumble stuff, because I really want to watch that with you guys.
Yeah, me too, because I haven't seen it and I'm not going to spoil it for myself because I need to see it.
I'm not gonna play Paint Chips by itself. I want to play Tug and Megan with Paint Chips, because those two made it the whole show.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
they were so hilarious, so hilarious. It was absolutely on fire. That was
Okay.
probably one of the best shows I've seen in a while.
Oh, wow.
Megan's laugh. Generally, when she's laughing, she's having a good time. But man, she went into a laughing fit over there about something she read, and it was just hilarious. All
Okay.
right, guys and gals, you guys know we're on every day, Monday through Friday, from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till around 1 o'clock. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with us. Remember, do not leave. It will take you straight to see Venom here in just a few minutes. She will be going live in like 2 minutes or so. Okay. All right. You got anything to say there, D?
Everybody have a wonderful weekend.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.